Yeah, karma grinding. Ah, shit. Can't do it because I have a mission in progress. Crap. Hmm. So do I go and cancel the mission then? I guess I'll have to. Definitely not something I want to do. But yeah, I guess we must. Okay, my client wants some management records updated. Upload this file. Might as well accept. Ah, shit. They were supposed to do karma grinding. It's not gonna exactly work if I do these other missions, so maybe it's from a bit easier side.
Accepted.
Looks like a small site. Well, we'll earn some karma from this, and the money is always welcome.
Passcode rejected. Passcode accepted.
When you gain access to management records, and then get the hell out. Looks like an easy one to bypass.
Passcode rejected.
Easy and easy. Yeah, it is fairly easy. Easy to hit, slow moving, whatever, blinking ball. So this isn't a tough fight. It's the management thing. No. Shit. We'll have to go for the CPU then. Doesn't look all that dangerous.
Passcode rejected.
Should be fairly easy to hit.
Active alert.
Yeah, and it wasn't. It sucked up my attack, so I can't do anything. Let's try this again. Maybe now I can just... No, this isn't where we want to. Just decline the mission and abort it, and leave it at that instead of asking for another job. I'm not quite sure what's the best way to handle those things. I mean, the programs, the counter programs that suck up my own programs and make them useless. Because there's no two attack programs really. So we would have to... basically sacrifice something to them. Okay, now we're ready to do this. Go on. Yeah. Just grinding these wasn't
Button
fun
lock.
enough. Okay, jump house to correctional facility.
Button lock.
I think this might be the fastest way to get karma, as funny as that sounds, because this is like 15 to 20-second jobs and you get a karma point. With the matrix missions it'll take minutes and you only get 2 to 3. With the
Button lock.
gang missions you'll have to fight and travel.
Button lock.
With the infiltrate or attack corporations, those are long missions, potentially at least, because you don't really know where to go. So, and even you probably make quite a bit of karma. I mean, something like 4 to 5 points per mission. But it'll take a lot of time. So, as ridiculous as it is, this is probably the fastest way to earn karma in the game. Dollars probably too. So,
Button lock.
like we have a lot of choice though. Just don't have the skills. Even if we bought the, what was it, 5,000 yen board, it doesn't really provide all that much upgrades. You're paying 5,000 for basically the same performance. More importantly, you don't really have an upgrade path anymore. You can't buy bigger and better programs and things like that. You just don't have the space in the deck. So it's a dead end deck, no matter how we look at it. At least a 25,000 deck has a lot of potential to be improved, and I don't think it's good enough for a lot of the missions available, but it's good enough to, I think, quite comfortably to handle those missions we can get from the low grade matrix missions, and more importantly, it has room to upgrade the programs, important programs we want.
Button lock.
So there's a reason to go exploring new places again.
Button lock.
Try to find more computer shops, mainly the programs. Anyone willing to sell programs, attack programs or the deceit programs. The more we can avoid fighting, the better it will be. The faster we can do things.
Button lock.
Yeah, community of ghouls. I guess you could go shoot a ghoul or something and then come back for your karma point. I still think it's pretty inefficient versus this. This isn't particularly fun either. Fighting in this game is to some extent more about preparation for the fight than it's the actual fight. Because there's the area we can see is very limited. And in general, what we can do is lock targets and then just shoot. So against melee users we can maneuver a little bit and shoot, but against others it's more or less let's start the fighting and just see who drops first. Press your fire button. I don't want anything to do with you. Again, goal is to raise computer skill. Because the skilling is so expensive for some reason, it'll take a lot of points to do it. A lot of points. On the positive side, I'm pretty sure this time that this will be the end of this Johnson. We won't be doing any more jobs with him. We certainly need more karma, but we might as well do something that earns us money at that point. Yeah, I'm not interested in your community of ghouls. I could afford other Shadowrunners permanently to join us. The reason I'm not is partly because I want to save the money for the better tech. But partly because they will bring up extra management issues for me since I have to babysit and manage their inventories and all that. So I want to avoid that until I actually are going to have need for them, and as long as we are doing the Matrix thing, they don't matter. My skills, my equipment are the only things that will make any kind of a difference here. We could have hired a good decker, but on the other hand, I don't think at this point it will make much of a difference. We do have to consider something of who are the party members we are gonna pick. We can only pick 2, so definitely no one who's a decker. Well, it's not a absolute rule, but I would prefer someone who's not, depending on the prices though. As long as it's capable of fighter, it doesn't really matter. I would like a spellcaster though, so I'm not sure how good they are in combat. Yeah. Hmm. Now I don't recall where I had to take this though. Yes, I did. Okay. We might give thought to buying a weapon. We have enough money, yeah, 13,000, so it wouldn't make too much of a difference here. A difference in the sense that it won't make too much of a dent in our financials anymore. So, but I would like to have something better, something
Shut them
other than a
out.
pistol. I don't want your community of ghouls. Give me your crappy jobs.
Shut them out.
Community of ghouls, yeah. Well, I asked for it. Community of ghouls. Ah, not sure if I go with the shotgun or the SMG. I'm inclined to go with the SMG. Shotgun is probably more of a burst in nature. Meaning we'll have to do a lot of maneuvering in certain situations. Also, we'll have to reload quite. I noticed that the shotguns in general have very small clip sizes. So I want to at least see how as SMGs are before making a choice. But definitely shotgun
Shut them
or
out.
SMG.
Shut them out.
Haven't seen a lot of those, so we probably need to go somewhere where law isn't a problem, so we can even buy illegal goods. They should be better. Close. Ah, yeah, we'll wait here. Too close. No. Yeah, this is going to be more or less just grinding these. I have to label these videos somehow.
Shut them out.
I certainly don't want to expose anyone to this retarded grinding for too
Shut
long.
them out.
Mm. It's again more of the situation where I don't want to make a highlights reel of a game. In that case, I would actually think this isn't all that bad of a game. Not at all. But you have to take into account that the game does involve a lot of grinding at the earlier parts of the game. You can do some of the story parts, but the thing is, you're not gonna get rewarded in the sense that you could just do those and move on. You have to do something else.
Shut them out.
I don't want your ghoul communities to be something.
Shut them out.
will probably take 30 minutes, something along that lines. Considering that it'll take about a minute maybe for our missions from start to finish. We don't actually need 30 karma points. We need something very close to that.
Schattenlauf,
Don't give me these crappy missions, just a waste of time.
Schattenlauf,
Yeah, exactly those missions. Yep, still Community of Ghoul missions. I don't think we are anywhere near where we need to be as far as karma points are concerned. I don't really get this though. I mean, why even have the double cost for the skills? I mean, if someone really wants to grind their skills, there's nothing preventing them even in this system. So why did they feel the need to extend the time the player needs to do these Shadowrun missions? I'm genuinely curious about that. What's the thinking behind there? Because just from a gameplay standpoint of making a better game or more enjoyable gameplay experience, I can't figure out any real reason.
Schattenlauf, Schattenlauf,
There is after all a natural barrier with the rising cost. So why need to feel the need to expand on that? Also, the monetary consideration is another limit, so it's not like having access to the skills which are key to earning that money would have made the game really easy. It would have just cut the
Schattenlauf,
amount of grinding you have to do in half.
Schattenlauf,
We could go with the negotiation, but I don't think so. It's not like I think it's a bad skill to take at some point, but this is not the time. We're right at the borderline of being able to make these kind of matrix runs without too much fuss. So a few extra skill points in computer might be exactly what we need.
Schatten,
I don't really think we can do the tougher jobs for a long time, expert level and things like that. With them, I think you have to have the full package. Good equipment, good skills, good programs, and really more or less know what you're doing. If one of those areas isn't there, you're going to be having a real painful time doing these. Community of Ghouls.
Schattenlauf,
Jack-o'-lantern greenhouse. Jack-o'-lantern, and the greenhouse. What points do we have anyway? Do we have enough? Not quite sure, but we're at least close there.
Schattenlaub, Schattenlaub,
Okay, 29. What do we need? We need 22. So 7 extra. I'm inclined to get more karma. We were only a few points away from getting computer to 7.
Schattenlaub,
That should be a significant increase in our capabilities. Especially, I hope, not just accuracy, but our ability to avoid trouble altogether. Ah, shit. Ah.
Schattenlaub,
Greenhouse, Coffin Motel.
Schattenlaub,
Oh yeah, I'm walking away. I'm not sure about what we should do with the armors. We do have a pretty worthless armor at the moment. So any kind of firefighting will go down in a moment. I guess we'll just have to find some special place that sells good equipment. I don't
Schattenlaub,
think it's not within our price range at the moment, so it's not something we can or should really worry about too much. But it's sort of significant that we played this at least a few hours, and what we've mostly done is try to secure character advancement and some kind of an income, and none of that really involves doing anything worthwhile or fighting or something. It's just fairly pointless repetition.
Schattenlaub,
Okay, jack-o'-lantern, stalker's coffin.
Schattenlaub,
Aren't we reaching the point about now? Not quite yet.
Schattenlaub,
Okay, community of ghouls. Why do you even bother?
Button lock.
Halloweener, Stoker's Coffin Motel. Lovely. I don't think negotiations are too bad of a thing. Hmm. You can basically pick your poison, I guess, because if we do that, if we invest in the negotiations, it means we're going to have to do reduced money grinding, but extra karma grinding. If we ignore that, we'll have to earn some kind of extra income from somewhere, but we don't have to do this karma grinding business. If we go just directly to the abilities that give us benefits, yeah, and ignore the negotiation ability. So I think that's a better way to do it, because karma grinding, I think at its most efficient is pretty much this. Money, on the other hand, you can sort of earn at this on the side constantly, because you do have to do some kind of major quest here and there, and you might just take a few data files extra here and there, and that's thousands of credits for you.
Button lock.
New plant. This might be the last one. We should be ending up with pretty much 0 karma after this. Okay, let's go to rest and see what we can get. Of course, you're here to bother me. On the screen, computers. So, computer 7. That's a fairly significant increase in our capabilities. So, check out yes, and we're done. We're done. Put away. Okay, I wanted to test this. This will be a random system we're breaking into. It could be way beyond us. We'll see. It could be also very easy. Unprotected starts. Yep. SPU, eyes unknown. It looks fairly easy.
Rejected. Rejected. Rejected.
Okay, we still suck. Not hitting anything, still taking hits, so... Holy shit. It's definitely destroying us. And we're not hitting shit. So... Not noticing a difference at this point, I have to say that. Anyway, call taxi, Penumbra district. Yeah. That's not a... We shouldn't be too worried about that. Reason is quite simple overall. These are guaranteed to be sort of easy. Those random things are not. Why can't I just ask a magic job? Okay, escort my client to the crime mall in the Kuyalo crime mall. Give me a magic job. I want to test out my new abilities. Yeah, simple major run. Okay. Management records. Yeah. We're gonna go sell those records immediately anyway, so might as well do the mission here too.
Passcode accepted.
So management records. No defenses here. This looks like a small system.
Passcode accepted.
Yep. Making decent progress this time. I'm going for the CPU. This should be the somewhat of a test. What difference?
Passcode rejected.
Doesn't look good. Doesn't look bad either though. Just not sure if there's much of a difference. Constant evading like normal.
Active alert.
And active alert, so we lost our attack ability, so we couldn't have done anything anymore there. Active alert is dead. So it can go from no alert to active alert directly. That's a top one.
Active alert.
Yep. Maybe we should try to bypass that. The fact that we can lose our only ability to attack is a bit too tough.
Passcode rejected.
It seems to have there to be chance based somehow. Maybe some kind of failure causes it. Yeah, at least this is we're basically hitting constantly. This is not what we need. Hopefully we can bypass something.
Passcode rejected.
Doesn't look like a tough opponent.
Rejected. Passcode rejected.
Shit. It's all about attack power here. We have to destroy it before that reaches the edge of the screen, if not, we lose this. And we're not hitting. So we definitely are not ready for this. I'm not sure what it is that's holding us back. Actually, I have few ideas, but I'm not sure. Would a minor improvement on deck make that such big of a difference? And we're booted out. Ah, crap. Basically, I'm trying to see if we have ways to get to the actual target. Yeah. I have to go through one tough target. And I don't think we can. I'm inclined to buy the 5,000 yen for, even though it does look like it's that the difference isn't all that noticeable. It's even worse than before. It might be enough of our defense to make these doable. I think we lack power at this point. Naturally, if we would hit with our attacks, things would be easier, but we're never going to get past these with the programs we have. Wait. We can't finish the Shadowrun. That's not. I'm not too concerned about that. So we might as well just go and take as much data as we can from here and sell it, and start the deck upgrade process. And the bail. Ending worthwhile 1,300, 1,250. Okay. Yeah, I'm going computer shopping. We should be downtown, so no good shop here. Have to go to the Renraku. People, yeah, someone took a picture of us. This is probably the cheapest upgrade we could possibly imagine. Yeah, five. Ooh, on the other hand, just a few more. Uh, what's the memory? Memory is 50. Hmm. Yeah, with this we more double memory, 500% increase in storage, increase in hardening, increase in response, increase in MPCP. I think that's the upgrade you can buy from this. So it's just such a huge improvement. How much memory do we have for programs? Is that a problem? Mm, very. Mm, it's sort of a problem. How the hell do you delete programs anyway? I don't think you can. It's like this. Maybe you could feed them someone. The problem is there. Some of these are I don't see a use for, and they're fairly sizable, so they're preventing me from upgrading some of our other programs. We don't really have free memory, for example, for bigger programs. Ah, hmm. With the 5,000 yen board, we could upgrade some of our programs. At least get attack 4. Sure what it does better. It's still fairly expensive though. Yeah, attack 4. Size 32. Deck storage 200. Hmm. It's 3,000. Well, basically 4,000 to get +1 on your attack. What I'm going to do now is not this. I'm going to continue exploring and see if we can get another decking shop. Mainly I'm hoping for improvement on all the programs, not actual decks. We have explored quite a few areas, but there's still several here that we haven't. So, taxi please. I think Redmond Barrens is known, Renraku Arcology is known, Downtown Seattle is known, and Umbra District is known unknown. This is Puyallup Barrens. So, crap. This looks like another shithole. Entering a deserted store, you see an orc gang member playing with a switchblade. You're on dangerous ground, chummer. This is the orcs' home turf. Information. Map of the Halloweeners. The Wieners own the Redmond Barrens. They are errand boys for the Yakuza. When they come over here, we like to give them a nice welcome. Tell me about the fiber, I, I-fivers. Stupid go-gangers. They are too small-minded to grab some turf to call their own, so they just ride the highways, making life miserable for all of us. Okay. Or more orc gang buildings. What the fuck is that? Something invisible, pretty much. And a yeti? No, that's interesting. Definitely an invisible enemy. Abandoned. Yeah, another cool building. You enter Rhiannon's magic shop. A withered old crone with only 3 teeth in her mouth stands behind the counter. I've magic like you've never seen, boyo. Come closer and look at my wares. Yeah, nothing to do with us. Lame magic. This is the Wanderer. This fairly quiet bar averages about one fight every 3 hours. Ooh, a runner. A tired dwarf with a data check in his head looks up at you. Do you want... Okay, what's your story, chummer? I came up here to drown my sorrows, but I guess you want to talk. I'm called Peter. 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 I work in the tech division of the Stuffer Shack, where I learned my way around a cyber day. I was jealous of those cyber cowboys with their guns and chrome. Matrix got them all they wanted, so I stole me a deck, plugged in, and I've never looked back. No questions. We've asked about this. Yeah. Okay. What's your price? Ooh, fairly cheap. But we don't need another digger. On the other hand, just because they know how to do it doesn't mean that's the only thing they do. This Mr. Johnson is obviously well-to-do. He's dressed to kill in a custom-tailored suit. The jewelry on his wrist appear worth more than you'll ever have. His personal bodyguard looks like something from a bad dream. Let me introduce myself. I'm Bigor. My friend here you can call Charles. My employer is funding me to see how lucrative this Mr. Johnson thing can be. With his generous financial support, my percentages tend to be better than most. I take a real interest in making sure that the deals are well financed. It's better for business in the long run. So, are you interested in a little action? Information? Anything to help a pal? We are pals, are we not? If you want me to look you up some of my other pals, it'll cost you $7.50. I have a fixer I use when I need to do something nefarious. He gets you the items you need, no questions asked. I'll actually pay. The yen is deducted from your credit stick. His name is Max. I place his number in your pocket secretary. That'll tell us what he can provide us with. Okay, what do you provide? Ah, yeah, we have this unfinished shit. But another potential provider of work, so let's look at the contacts. Fixer sells Corp badges for 6,000, sells HK227 for 1,500, AK97 for 2,000, level 4 Maglock passkey for 30,000, sells level 5 Maglock passkey for 42,000. I think Maglocks are basically they're basically locks, but they require a passkey to pass. I don't think if you have a level 5, it'll open everything from 1 to 5. So for 42,000 you can avoid a lot of lockpicking. We have no lockpicking skill at all, really. I think it's electronics here. It's something to do. If you have to do any missions or incorporated areas, you would want to have a passkey, because there are locked doors and things like that there for extra loot or something more mission critical. Ah, yeah, still have 15,000 cash. What is this? Dr. Bob's Quick Stitch Clinics. Also known as Repair Clinics, these places are good for quick patch-ups, cyberware and medical attention. Again, holy shit. Wired reflexes are insanely expensive here. I think you can get them for 20,000. What the fuck is that? I think orcs are after us. Heroes Macro Technology is a megacorp that specializes in both military and consumer weaponry. The receptionist tells you to visit their store in the Redmond Barrens and goes back to her work. Run! Underground 93 is known as the wildest bar in the sprawl. A troll bouncer screens the clientele and tosses anyone who gives him a lip. Go in, yes, 100 credits. Let's see what this place has to offer.
Schattenlauf.
Nothing.
Schattenlauf.
No one. This is probably more of a site of interest later on. Certainly a waste of time at the moment. No real new shops either. That's disappointing. Bandit Mall was looted into desolation long ago. Now criminals have set up shop here in the vacant storefronts and fence their wares. Ooh. Software and hardware, please. You approach a sickly pale elf with an old Simpsons unit strapped to the base of his skull. Eventually his eyes focus at some point close to where you are standing. He drones out a monotone sales pitch as he shows you his collection. Better attack. Not really interested. Ooh, we could get a better masking utility. What's that? Relocate. Leads to any trace I see on a wild goose chase. If successful, the trace ends immediately. Sleaze. Personality bypass node without affecting it in any way. So from what I'm getting from this is, instead of buying certain level abilities, you have to buy them from level by level by level. So this probably we need to buy Sleaze level 1 to get Sleaze level 2 to get Sleaze level 3 and that's so forth. I'm buying a Deception level 3. It's 1600. Yeah, it's level 4 now. I see how this works. Let's see. Attack level 4. Yeah. and Deception level 4 too. It's a significant investment, I suppose. What would that be? Slow reduces the IC's reaction, delaying attacks and alerts. Slow does nothing against trace ice. This might be worthwhile. Well, sleeves might also be worthwhile. We could bypass a node entirely, but we couldn't interact with it either. Slow could potentially be useful. Hmm. My reason for taking it would be though to feed it to the. If we encounter one of those that sucks up our programs, we could just feed slow to it. It's 120 cost, so well, I would like to see what kind of stuff in general do you have for sale. Cyberdex. Fuji Cyber 7, 125,000. Yeah. Fairlight Excalibur, 250,000. Ah. Ah. Well, to be fair, it's a good deck. Not sure. Fuji Cyber 7 is almost as good, but almost isn't the same. Hmm. Okay, this was also selling weaponry. Yeah, submachine gun. I have quite a lot of ammunition. 28. And HK227S SMG. It seems to have some kind of alterations already. It's more than double the cost of the next best weapon, so it is illegal, medium damage, medium power. I'm not sure what the additions are though, so medium damage, light power, medium damage, light power, high damage, high power, high damage, brutal power. What do you see? Available armor, armor jacket, line duster, light combat armor 10,000. Ah, available equipment, Calypse Crime Mall. This illegal key can open Mac lock doors less than or equal to its rating. So we could buy rating 5 key for 42,000, rating 3 is 30, but it doesn't make much sense. This illegal kit increases the chances of opening Mac lock doors. Electronic kits. Uh, yeah, it's more of a lockpick, but if you have the key, you don't really need the lockpicks, do you? Cost per clip 50 to half that price in where we started. Weapon accessories. Smart link system. Gas vents. Laser sight cannot be used with any kind of smart link system. So what we would like is a smart link system with an SMG, some kind of gas vent. No, no, no. What we want would be a sound suppressor because we want to be able to use weapons inside buildings without setting up alarms. But we need some kind of sound suppressor on them in order to do that. And we're certainly not gonna upgrade our goddamn pistol, crappiest pistol ever. So we got a few upgrades though, very happy about that. Abandoned building ghouls. Run away! Else. in Parislar Garden Apartments. You are greeted by elves carrying submachine guns. One of the elves points the weapon at your face. I don't think you have any business here, do you, chummer? Thinking over how quickly they could cut you to ribbons, you agree you don't have any reason to be here and quickly leave. But this Tarislar City Inn caters mostly to elves. As a world, Tarislar is elvish for remembrance. Despite its run-down appearance, this apartment has a great rep for being the safest place to stay in the Barrens. Do you have a tenant named Tabitha Shale? Tabitha Shale? Yeah, she's here. She's been locked in her room for days, and won't let anybody in, even to clean up. If you think you can talk some sense into her, be my guest, even. The manager connects you to her room via the video phone. The screen remains blank, but the woman's weary voice identifies itself as Tabitha. Words tumble from your mouth in a desperate rush to convince Tabitha of your sincerity. After some deliberation, she concedes that you are Michael's brother and agrees to let you enter her apartment. Tabitha Shale opens the door as you arrive. She looks as if she hasn't slept in a week. She invites you in, but her eyes nervously dart around the room. So tell me about Michael's last Shadowrun. We sort of stumbled her in accidentally, but okay. I don't know that much about it. We were hired by an unknown Mr. Johnson through Caleb to track down the location in Salish Shida. I backed out when he made the offer, so I wasn't included in the deal. Michael said one stop at the Erasco's and he'd be set. You know, Caleb's not our normal Johnson. We usually use a Johnson named Mortimer Reed. He sets up in the Penumbra district in a restaurant called the Big Rhino. What can you what can you who is this guy Erasco? Boris Erasco is a small-time fixer who works out of an abandoned greenhouse in Redmond. Anything for a buck, that's Boris. He was probably the last person in the sprawl to see Michael alive. Okay, what about this Caleb Ridemore? He's a Johnson Michael and I used a couple of times. I don't trust him though. Who knows what those elves are up to anyway. You might find him at Icarus Descending. That's where we always meet him. Meets him. Okay, I'm looking for a good runner. Care to sign on? No way, Ace. I loved Michael, but I don't plan on joining him. Somebody powerful wanted Michael's team out of the way. I don't want any part of something that large. As Siphon Q, the door to the room explodes inward, leaving you momentarily stunned. A flash of automatic gunfire rakes Tabitha through the obscuring smoke and sends you diving for cover. As the swarm of bullets abates, you leap to your feet. Just surging forward through the thick cloud, you catch a glimpse of a figure in red and black disappearing down the corridor. You rush back into Sabatha's room, but there are no signs of life. You notice a holopix among her scattered belongings and pick it up. David William Owlfeather, Shaley Sharith Rangers, Wilderness Patrol. Yay! Plot progress!